Hello, this is your girl Lotus from Goddess Vlog Media, and I'm here to share with you a few tips on what to look for when you are looking for a new loctician or a natural hair stylist or a stylist in general, or someone that provides personal care services and you're looking for one and you need to know that they are legit. The first thing I would say is to definitely check out their credentials. Check out their social media, because we're in the day and age of social media, so usually some level of social media presence will give you an idea, but everybody don't have social media. You still have people that operate with just a regular website. You go to my site, you look at what I have, and then you go and you book, or whatever the case may be. We correspond, a contact form, that type of thing. But then you also have people that have a social media presence. So if they have a social media presence, you definitely want to scroll through that social media. I usually scroll all the way down. Like I look deep into what they have to offer as far as who they are, who they were before they became who they are today, that whole jazz. So what I mean by that is, if you're looking for a loctician, because that's really what I'm talking about, but this can also go for any personal care service or anybody that you're trying to do business with. If you're looking for a loctician, let's say for instance you are looking to get micro locks installed. Okay. You're looking for a loctician and you want to check out the credentials. Let me see what you have to offer. Are you legit? Are you good at what you do? Whatever the case may be. Scroll through their social media. Look and see if it's a loctician that you're looking for. Look to see if they've cultivated locks before. Look to see their work. Look to see if people are saying anything under the comments. See what the people are saying about them. Check to see if they have a website. They may have some more information on there, but you really want to see how they show up in the area where people can actually comment and say anything different than what they're saying. If you have somebody that's saying that, hey, I went to this person and this is the service I received and, I was unhappy about it, or whatever the case may be, usually I throw it on your social media account, or, they'll put it on some level of review platform like a Yelp or Google or, something like that. Look through those things and see what you see, because you'll be surprised what you find. I'm currently looking for somebody to retwist my sister locks. So I'm looking and I'm digging deep. I'm currently looking for techniques, as far as maintenance with my sister locks. So I'm looking through accounts. I'm checking out their work. I'm looking to see what stands out to me as far as their level of professionalism and their work. I'm looking to see clients. I'm trying to see if I see repeat clients. I'm looking to see if I see a client that was maybe on their social media page 2 years ago. Are they still doing them today? Do they show anything showing what they're doing with them today? How does their hair look? How does their locks look? And what is the progression of the locks? Like anything like that. I'm looking at the background. I'm looking at where they are actually performing the services at. Are you in a salon or in your house? What would stand out to me? What would I look for? What would I like? What would I not like? Am I seeing that? That type of thing. When it comes to micro locks in particular, because this is something that is really running rampant with the trend. When it comes to things like that, I'm looking to see how many heads of micro locks have you cultivated. Am I seeing your people? Am I seeing you do the install? Am I seeing you do the reties? Am I seeing what the hair looks like after a couple of years? I remember scrolling through a page and seeing, the micro locks being installed, and so many different posts of new installs. But as I scrolled the page, I get to a year into the page, and I'm not seeing locks from a year ago. I'm just seeing braids. What I collected was the fact that this person was a braider. They switched over to micro locks, but I haven't seen any mature heads of micro locks cultivated. So that is a red flag for me. Really dig into the fact of, do you really know how to cultivate a head of locks, or are you just jumping on a trend and parting a grid and putting in two-strand twists? When it comes to that, you definitely have to make sure that you look and go back into the person's history and see what they have had to offer then, and does it match what they're offering now, and is that giving you a confident answer as to if I should work with this person or not. Also, another thing that you could look for is the person's personality, because nowadays, people don't really even talk. They don't talk when they do your hair. It's more of, you here, did you pay your deposit? And then you need to be on time, even if I'm not. The personality and the connection between the stylist and the client is not really there. And they're providing a service but at the same time, it's like there's no personal connection to make me feel comfortable really sitting in this person's chair. You know, it's very disconnected and stale, you know, a stale service. You know, we've always all had a stale service where it's like, okay, this person is doing my hair, but you know, we really don't have anything in common. We're not really talking about anything. It's just kind of weird. At moments, you're just sitting there and nobody's saying anything, or even they put the earbuds in, and you know, it's just one of those things. You're going to want to connect with your stylist for so many reasons, but the main one for me is just to feel comfortable. I want to feel like I can go and sit down and talk to this person. I want to feel excited to get to the appointment. I want to feel like, you know, we have some level of connection. And even when you're doing hair, energy exchange level, when you touch someone's extended consciousness, because that's what these are, you know, that's what the hair is. It's your crown chakra. You know what I'm saying? When you touch someone's extended consciousness, there's a level of release that you have. So when you sit in a stylist chair, for some reason, we feel the need to share. Whatever. I've had clients sit in my chair and tell me that they've shared things with me that they've never even shared with their therapist. There's a level of release and openness that happens when the energy exchange of you in the stylist chair and her or he, you know, doing your hair. With that connection, I want to feel, if I feel free, I also want to feel comfortable and allow that energy exchange to be a positive one versus a negative one. So if the person has like bad energy, that's why you want to check, you know, the personality, scroll through their page, look to see like if they posting regular things and then just talking and not really doing hair, like how do they move outside of the chair? How do they move outside of, you know, doing hair and dealing with clients? How do they, you know, move and shake with maybe family, or, you know, if they got kids or anything like that? Look to see how they move, shake, talk, and act, you know, outside of that. That kind of gives you an idea of their energy and their personality, because when you sit in their chair, that is what's going to be transferred to you. I remember, quick story, I remember when I had my metaphysical boutique and I had a customer come in and she was telling me how she really believed the fact that, you know, the energy exchange is real between a client and a stylist, because the stylist that her and her friends were going to, is like their lives started to mimic what the stylist would complain about over their heads. Like that energy exchange alone was something that kind of like impacted them on a level to where their life started to mimic what the stylist used to say that was going on in her life. So that was an exchange. And I don't know, you know, for you, but for me, sometimes, you know, if you've gone to somebody and you get up out of that chair and you felt good when you went in there, and then when you left, you felt the sense of heaviness. You know, it could have been a transfer of the heaviness that, you know, that stylist was feeling in that moment, and it transferred to you. So make sure you kind of check and see the best way you can to see if you can see anything outside of the chair and the stylist movements, and to kind of get an idea of their energy. Because energy is very important, and that should be something that you consider when you're looking for somebody to perform a personal care service where you're in their aura space. Another thing you also want to consider is the level of communication that you have with your stylist. For instance, if there's a situation where you're telling them it's too tight, or you have questions about this or that, or you ran across something on social media and you want to ask what their opinion is of it, anything that requires communication between the two, if you feel like there's something in the way of that, that's a red flag. And sometimes trusting the process is not the answer. If you feel like that you are not being heard in the relationship when it comes to you and your stylist, then that's a red flag for you to hightail it up out of there. Because not being able to talk to your stylist means that you are in a position where something could seriously be wrong. Like if you're in pain, that's damaging your follicle, and your stylist seems to continue to do the things that cause you to be in pain, then no, that's a red flag to get up out of there. So I would say make sure the level of communication, if you finally get to the space where you're sitting in their chair and you feel like you can't say what you need to say, then that's not a good place to be. I remember doing a correction on a lady that was told to trust the process with her lock journey, and she came to me to get some corrections done, and that wasn't a trust the process situation. When she got to my chair and I had to do what I had to do, and it took me 16 hours to do her corrections. But that wasn't a situation where trust the process would have been a good answer for her concerns. And so you have to make sure that you are with someone that is educated enough to know the difference between trust the process and I need to do something about this. So if you feel like something is wrong, and a lot of times we know already if something is wrong, that's why the question come up. So if you feel like something is wrong with your locks or something is not right, or you're seeing something, you know, because sometimes we'll see stuff on social media and we'll look at someone else's lock journey and then we wonder about ours. And of course, everybody's hair's texture is not the same. Everybody's journey is not the same. So the answer could be that. No, her hair is this, and this. Her hair is fine, is this and that. And yours is this, and this. So y'all's journey is a little different. But if you're not getting that clarity when you're trying to get some things taken care of, or at least ease your mind in certain areas, if you're not getting that level of clarity that you need, then I would suggest you not continue to sit in that stylist chair. So with that being said, I think that is it for today. Definitely pay attention to who you decide chair to sit in when it comes to your journey, whatever that may be, or whoever, you know, you're going to personal care services for. Make sure those things are intact, because at the end of the day, you know, it's your money, it's your time, it's your life, it's your hair, it's your whatever. So you still have a right to choose. There's enough stylists out here. There's enough people providing personal care services out here for you to choose. Get a little picky in your choices and don't feel any kind of way about it. You know, be unapologetic about what you need and what your hair care needs are, and, you know, how you want to move, you know, however you're doing your thing. So that's it for today, and I do encourage you guys to stay tuned, because I will be doing more and more videos on the subject matter of locks and lock journeys and things of that nature. I'm getting a lot of feedback from other people that have gone on lock journeys and the issues that they're having, even with the corrections that I'm getting, you know, left and right. I'm learning a lot as far as how other stylists and locticians are moving, and it's very, very interesting. Stay tuned. I will definitely be putting more content out. And if there's anything that you want me to address when it comes to the lock community and natural hair, definitely drop it in the comments and let me know what it is that you're looking to hear more about, and I will do my best to get some videos up for you. So with that being said, see y'all later.